Miss Carter,
Good afternoon.
I don't see your client. Christian
Um,
Phillips,
he's in jail, Judge.
he's in jail. Okay.
I talked to the state earlier when I walked into your court. I notified her that that he was in jail in Houston.
We want to conduct a bond forfeiture to get hold on him, get the credit starting to serve, or well, his credit towards his case starting to begin. Who is the prosecutor on this case?
It's
That's
Marissa.
me, Judge. Statements for bond forfeiture at this time.
Jacob,
There was no answer, Judge, at 2:32.
thank you.
Judge, can I ask a condition of bond be no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact with complainant Sharon Phillips?
Well, that's impossible. That's his mother, and that's where he lives.
No,
So they,
no threatening, harassing, or abusive contact. So he can't abuse her, threaten her, or
okay,
harass her.
I understand. Okay.
Does he not have a current bond?
He does not, Judge. He was taking into medical treatment after this. He didn't go into custody.
Recommendation as to bond.
3,000.
Ms. Carter, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Judge. Marissa, did you get the affidavit?
Yes, thank you.
And what was the name of his mother again? Sharon?
Sharon.
Spelling.
But he does live with his mother.
I'll grant the condition and $3,000 bond. All right, you're free to go, Ms. Carter. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a nice afternoon.
You do the same.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. Let's get your client connected fully. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 234651, State of Texas versus Jessica Portillo. Mr. Booker, if you'd give the court an update.
Yes, Judge, we received an offer from the prosecutor today, and I
Mhm.
discussed it with my client today. And she has a lot to think about because she's never been in trouble like this before. So she had a lot of questions and she wants to give it some thought. And so I'll continue negotiating with the prosecutor.
Okay, next status is on April 25th, so she's got some time to consider it.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, thank you for the update. Y'all are free to go.
Bye-bye.
His client is in person, Judge.
Let's bring his client into the room.
They just have to come here and see.
All right, we're on the record. 22 CCR 228596, State of Texas versus Joshua Borrella. Mr. Furlano, if you would give the court an update.
Yes, Judge. I've spoken with the client. I've reviewed the evidence that the prosecutor has provided to me. And what we're waiting for now is just to see what the state's offer is so I can talk with my client and see where we're going to go with this.
And Judge, in regards to the pending offer, I'm still trying to get in contact with the complaining witness on this case. I just want to try a couple more times before I consider alternative means of resolution.
Okay. All right. Well, we got one more status on 425. Hopefully you've made some contact or you move in another direction by then.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Thank you for the update, Mr. Furlano. You're free to go.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
Line both. Yes.
Don't see attorney or defendant for the next one.
Move on to the next case.
Hello.
Mr. Segura, we're waiting for your client to connect fully. All right, we're
Hello.
on the record in 23 CCR 234191, State of Texas versus Daniel Pena. Mr. Segura, your update.
Judge, we're putting together a mitigation packet.
All right, your next status is on May 7th, so you've got some time to get all that figured out. Hopefully you get the packet submitted before then, though.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Will do.
thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.
You're free to go.
Same to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're on the record. 23 CPR 234292, State of Texas versus Shanice Johnson. Mr. Melcher, your update.
Yes, Your Honor. So Miss Johnson has a pending felony out in the 434th. I've spoken to Ms. Ramos about that case. She's supposed to be getting with Mr. O'Brien later this week and possibly having a sit-down meeting with all three of us to get a global offer that includes this DWI, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, well, you've got a little bit of time to get it figured out. Next setting is May 7th. It's another status.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Torres, you can go to the room.
Judge, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
All right, we're on the, well, he was there. Mr. Dominguez, please turn your video on. Mr. Dominguez.
Hello?
All right.
Hello? Oh, there we go.
We're on the record in 23 CCR 234292, State of Texas versus Shanice Johnson. Excuse me, I'm on the wrong case. Cause number 23 CCR 231803, State of Texas versus Elijah Dominguez. I'll go ahead and get your update.
Sure, Judge. First, Mr. Dominguez, take that hat off your head, please. Thank you. Judge, so I got appointed to this case last month. In the meantime, I have reviewed all of the paper discovery. The only thing that I haven't done is review the media discovery. From my memory, I think there were several discs that I need to review. In the meantime, I've talked to Mr. O'Brien. He extended an offer to me this morning that I conveyed to my client about 15 minutes ago. There are multiple defendants, Judge, and I think one of the issues is the state needs to, I guess, come to a dollar amount on restitution, and that's where I think we are.
State, are y'all going to get that figured out here soon?
Yes, Judge, as Mr. Torres pointed out, there's an outstanding restitution amount in multiple defendants, so it's just a matter of getting a solid amount that the complaining witness would feel comfortable with taking, and how I would divvy that up amongst the multiple defendants to make that whole. So just a little bit more communication and kind of organization of how the restitution will get paid, but ultimately they will get resolved.
Okay. Well, let's try to get it resolved by the next status on 425 for that restitution.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, Judge, sounds good. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you. Mr. Dominguez, you can log off. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
There was great.
Hello.
All right,
Yes.
we're on the record 23 CCR 231796, State of Texas versus Adrian Morales. Mr. Martinez, why don't you give the court an update?
Mr. O'Brien and I have been talking about this case recently. There is a possible offer, but Mr. O'Brien just needs a little bit more time to confer with the complaining witnesses in the case. I'll talk to my client initially about what he's offering, but we just need a little more time to shore up.
Mr. O'Brien, is this the same situation as the last case
Yes, Judge.
and the next case as well?
No, Judge. That
No?
one's good.
Okay.
Yeah, with restitution. Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. They're waiting on getting the restitution. They'll have it by the next setting on 425.
Okay, great.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hi, Judge.
Good afternoon. All right, we're on the record in 23 CCR 234282, State of Texas versus Jacqueline Kiefer. Mr. Longoria, you give the court an update.
Yes, Judge, I have had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Kiefer briefly. I did review the discovery. I did get that from the state. I did put an email to the prosecutor. I think we're need an offer at this point. I did speak to Ms. Kiefer about calling me on Monday so we could schedule time for her to come in so that we can review that offer. That's about where we are, Judge.
All right. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
Thank you.
Skip over Jones, go to Benegas.
Don't see him in the waiting room. Want me to bring his attorney?
See if he's with his attorney. Mr. Singleton, is your client with you?
He's not here. My understanding is that he's trying to log on to Zoom.
We'll come back to you.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't have the attorney for number 17, but he is in person.
18.
I'm sorry.
I don't see anybody for 18.
Nope.
19's passed. You see anybody for 20?
No, sir.
21?
Yes.
Let's bring them in. Antoine, start your video, please. All right, we're on the record in 21 CCR 224243, State of Texas versus Caleb Antoine. Mr. Hardman, give me your update.
Yes, good afternoon, Judge. I spoke with Gavin earlier today via email. He did relay an offer. I need to discuss that with my client. There is some outstanding discovery. I do know that he was trying to grant me portal access, but for some reason it wasn't showing up in my list of clients on the portal. And I believe Gavin said that he has some discs for me as well. Should get those relatively soon. I think I'm going to be out there tomorrow, so I should be able to pick that up. But I need to discuss the offer with my client, and I haven't had the opportunity to do so yet, Judge.
Okay. All right, this case is moving quickly. 425 pretrial with May 14th for trial. So try to get that discovery tomorrow and review it with your client as quickly as possible.
Will do.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hardman. Hardman, y'all have a good day. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to move to the top of the docket and go through the cases that we skipped over.
I do not have attorney for number 1.
Do we have? We've got number 1 though, Mr. Ian. Mr. Fashion.
Yes, sir.
Have you spoken to your attorney, Preston Harrell?
Yes, sir.
Will he be joining us today?
He told me, yeah, he sent me the link.
Okay.
And he said he will be joining, so.
All right, I'm gonna put you back in the waiting room for now.
Sir?
I'm putting you back in the waiting room. Mr. Aragon.
Hello.
Have you spoken to your attorney, Julia Bella?
No, not today, sir.
Okay. Do you know if she will be here today, though?
Yes. Oh, I spoke to her. I'm sorry. I spoke to her probably like around 9 a.m. to give me the link for the Zoom. And she sent me the link and she told me to be there at 2:30. And that's about it.
I'm going to put you back in the waiting room for now. We'll come right back to you.
Okay.
Mr. Douglas.
Yes, sir. I just managed to unmute just a minute. Right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Is your client with you?
She is not. She's in a hospital facility.
She's in a hospital?
Yes. I got a letter. I sent it to Miss Toller about right before 7 o'clock last night, from her counselor saying that she is since February the 12th has been in Sun Behavioral located at 7601 Fannin Street, and that she'd be there for the next 5 to 10 days.
Sarah, do you have the letter?
Yes, sir. He sent it to me about 2:40.
And I also provided a copy of the letter to Ms. Chapa. She and I spoke about it briefly. Sent her a copy.
Ms. Chapa, what's your position?
I am unopposed to waiting her appearance for today. I read the letter in its entirety, or the alternative, if the court doesn't want to waive it, we can bond forfeit and hold until either next Friday or the following Tuesday and have her come to court.
And just so I understand, you say come to court, are you saying virtually or in person?
Well, it'd probably be in person. Here's what I'd like to do under the circumstances. I will do a bond forfeiture today, but I'll hold the capias for you. How many days is she there again?
The letter says hospitalization is likely to last 5 to 10 days, depending on the treatment team's recommendation.
So it could be longer.
It could be, I believe.
How about we waive her appearance? You've seen the letter. We've got the letter. Let's waive her appearance for today. She's expected to appear at the next setting, though, on May 7th. Since I can't nail down a specific date of when she would be, I mean, I could set it 30 days out and she'd probably be out by then, but Ms. Champa, what are your thoughts on that? Do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, Judge.
All right, Mr. Douglas, I'll waive your client's appearance for today and I expect her to appear on May 7th at 2:30 for the next status.
Now the next status is listed as being virtual. Is that to be virtual or in person, Judge?
That's virtual.
Good enough. I believe we can do that. I'm sure we can do that.
Okay. Very
May I
good.
be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin Jones.
Just have to see if they can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, do you have an attorney?
I still needed time to hire an attorney.
All right, your time is passing quickly.
Yes,
Your next setting is on April 25th at 9 a.m. It's in person. It's your pre-trial conference with your jury trial on May 14th. How quickly are you going to be able to get this attorney?
I was just waiting on my income tax to come in so I could pay my attorney fee, and I would have one. I already know who I'm going to hire.
Right. Let's try to get them hired if possible within the next 30 days so they have some time to review your case and get caught up to speed. I won't be changing the dates.
Yes, sir.
All right. You're free to go.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Benegas, if you start your video, please. All right, we're on the record, 22 CCR 229-483, State of Texas versus Dennis Benegas. Mr. Singleton, if you give the court an update.
Yes, my understanding, Your Honor, after speaking with his counsel, Mr. Mike Monks, is that Mr. Benegas is prepared to plead this case.
How quickly? Next,
I believe as soon as possible, Your Honor.
all right, 20th, February 20th, 9 a.m.
February 20th. Got it, Your Honor.
Judge, could I jump in real quick?
You may.
Mr. Singleton, I don't know to what degree you communicated with Mr. Monks about the offer, but there were two potential offers offered. Did he mention which one his client was intending to accept?
Not to me, however, Mr. Benegas may have that information.
I can always reach out or email Mr. Monks for clarification. I'll just do that.
Yes, they just sent me an email and said that it was his intention to plead.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Rodriguez is in person, correct? But no attorney?
Yes, correct.
Just sent Mr. Antolan the Zoom link that he should be getting on shortly.
Okay. All right, how about Tarver? Do we have Tarver in there? I don't see him. Nor the attorney. Correct?
I don't see either.
We have a motion for Tarver.
State moves for bond forfeiture, Judge.
Jacob?
No answer at 3:03, Judge.
Thank you.
State would request new bond be set at $6,000, Judge.
Current bond is set at 8.
Oh, is okay. Apparently I didn't get down further enough. Okay. State would request new bond be set at 12,000, Judge.
Granted. All prior bond conditions remain in place.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Waddell,
Yes, Your Honor.
is your client with you?
No, I thought she was gonna be at the courthouse. She wasn't there, so I ran to my computer to get on the Zoom. I emailed with her and told her she should be on the Zoom.
She's not. She in the courtroom? Sarah, do we know? No. You're muted. You know that. Okay.
My mouse was not working. No, she's not in the courtroom.
Yeah, I'll give you a minute to try to locate her.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're on the record. 23 CPR 236024, State of Texas versus Lugabuyi Fashion. Mr. Harrell, if you give the court an update.
Yes, Your Honor. So I filed a motion to modify bond conditions. Mr. Feshoyin has a particular bond condition that prevents him from traveling out of state. He previously was given permission to travel out of state at a previous court setting in front of the magistrate court judge when he needed to travel with Chicago to see family. But he's asking for that condition now at this time to be removed because he needs to travel outside of state for work.
What's he do for a living?
So he has informed me that he has a couple of job opportunities, some that require him even to go out of the country, and I'd like to elicit some testimony from him on that subject.
Did this motion get set for today, Sarah? I don't have it on my docket.
Yes, it was set when it printed it. I guess it didn't print the comment.
Okay. All right, Mr. Fashin, you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you provide here today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
It's true. So help me God. It's true.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Harrell.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Fashoyin, why do you need the condition to travel outside to prevent travel outside the state removed?
I may have job opportunities. I have a license to practice in England, which is where I lived before now, and also I have family in Nigeria. I have some. My grandmother is bereaved right now. That happened about 5 days ago again. You know, and that would necessitate that I travel out. I might need to travel to Nigeria.
What kind of work do you do?
Lost him.
Looks like I accidentally lost him.
He looks like he disconnected. I'll give him a second to log back on.
Thank you, Your Honor. And my apologies for my lateness. This didn't get on my schedule for some reason. Mr. Fashoyin, we can't. Oh, may I continue my question, Your Honor?
Continue.
Mr. Fashoyin, what kind of work do you do?
I'm a doctor of physical therapy. I practice physical therapy.
And you have physical therapy opportunities in England?
Yes, that's what I did before coming here.
Okay, and you came from England to the United States?
Yes, sir.
Now, my understanding is that you currently reside with your wife?
Yes.
And she's also the alleged victim on the case, is that correct?
Yes.
And you are allowed to do that under your bond conditions, correct?
I'm sorry?
You're allowed to do that under your bond conditions?
All right, I'm allowed.
Is she going to be going to England with you, or is she going to be remaining here?
No, she'll be with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned your mom in Nigeria.
Yeah, my grandma.
What's going on with that?
She passed a few days ago.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. And you need to go there to deal with the burial?
Yeah, I plan to go. It's not like 100% sure, but you know, it might happen that I'll need to go. It all depends on my level of finance, you know, because the burial is still we haven't decided on when the burial will be. She's in the mortuary right now.
Thank you, sir. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State.
Mr. Fashoyin, first of all, I am sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, so please be patient with me. You mentioned that you have a license to practice physical therapy in England, correct?
Yes.
Prior to picking up this charge, how often did you travel to England to practice physical therapy?
I haven't traveled since I came here. It's just something that I plan to, that I'm thinking of doing because of the job opportunities and all that I've been getting from there. Being that I practiced there for over 10 years, so I kind of have a more years of experience over there. So if I have a better job, I might need to go.
Okay. I'm sorry if I missed it. Did you say you have a valid license to practice physical therapy in England at this time?
They admitted me into the register. So they asked me to make a payment, which I need to make like next week for me to be able to get back on the register. There was an audit that I didn't do, and then I asked them to take me off the register when I was coming here. But everything is being resolved, and I'm making that payment next week, and I'll be back on the register.
Okay. So what are you doing currently for work?
I practice physical therapy in America, and I'm licensed in the state of Texas.
Okay. Do you have your own practice, or is it a practice with other therapists?
I work in hospital.
I'm sorry, where?
I work in hospital, Kindred Hospital.
Okay.
Sugarland.
In England, what does that opportunity look like if you were to pay what you said you need to and then get your your physical therapy license? What type of practice would that look like in England? Is it something that's set in stone?
It might be like an inpatient, like more like a local, like an inpatient job, or it can be an outpatient as well.
Okay. Once you make this payment to get your license in England, about how long until you can actually practice over there?
I think it will be immediately because I just need to make the payment and I'll be added on the register. Because I already applied to be added back on the register.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
I'm sorry?
She was saying no further questions, sir.
Mr. Harrell, any further questions?
Just a few, Your Honor. Mr. Fashoyin, will you be living here or will you be living in England?
No, I'll be living here. It's just something that I plan to do because I just feel like, if I have both countries' license, I can go in both ways to practice. So I will still be living here. I'm not living here. My kids are here, my family is here. So it's just something that I plan to do just in case, because we don't have a lot of jobs at the moment in America. There's not a lot. We just, you know.
I have no further questions at this time, Your Honor.
State, any further questions?
Nothing further.
All right, Mr. Harrell, your argument.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Fashoyin does have some job opportunities over there in England, and he also would like to travel to be able to visit his family in Nigeria for his grandmother's funeral. Bond conditions are meant to ensure that the safety of the public and that the defendant shows up to court. He clearly has some very strong ties here with his family living here. He plans to continue living here. I don't think he's going to have any issues showing up to court. And ultimately, I would ask that that condition be removed just to give him an opportunity to pursue those goals.
State.
Your Honor, at this time, I think the ask is a bit premature since the defendant does not have something set in stone over there at this time, let alone does not have a valid license in England at this time. Once that does occur, state would be more open to agreeing to this upon providing proof of that license. But at this point, it's the state's position that this ask is premature and that the court would reject his ask.
Mr. Harrell, your rebuttal.
Your Honor, doing something like paying for a license when you're not even sure you're going to be able to travel overseas does seem like it would be folly, especially when this client is represented by me. He is indigent and has the public defender's office on his case. I feel like it would make things a little easier on him to know, yes, he is going to be able to travel for those opportunities so that it makes more sense for him to pay for his license.
He understands that if I remove the condition, he does travel over there, he's gonna have to appear in person on March 27th and November 7th and December 3rd as well.
Yes, Your Honor. And given that his primary living location should still be here, I don't believe that will be a major problem for him.
However, if he's working over there, I'm sure he's going to be over there for several days at a time. So he's got to make sure he's back over here.
You understand that, Mr. Fashoyin?
Yes, sir.
And you understand that if you're over there on some of your status hearings where you can do them over Zoom like this, it is going to be a major time difference. You're still going to have to make those. You understand that?
Absolutely.
All right, I'll grant the motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Y'all are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mr. Davila,
Good afternoon, Judge. I'm not sure why I can't activate my camera. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't help you with that end on starting your camera. Here's the other issue we have. Your client, who was on just a second ago, dropped off. And secondly, you didn't put a request in. It's my understanding he's a Spanish speaker, correct?
I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't hear that.
Your client is a Spanish speaker. His native language is Spanish, correct?
Correct, Judge.
He does not speak English.
He does not, Judge.
Okay. You did not file an interpreter request form, so we do not have an interpreter here for your client today.
I'm sorry, Judge. I didn't know I was supposed to do that for the status check. I thought that was
every hearing he was present for, you must file a request, and he must have an interpreter present there as well. So that being said, your client was here. He dropped off for some reason. I'm not going to count him absent. We're going to go ahead and pass this hearing for today because we don't have an interpreter.
understood, Judge.
Your next setting is on 4/25 at 2:30. Make sure you submit an ISR form.
I'll do that today, Judge.
Thank you. You're free to
Thank
go.
you, sir. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Who's here for Lavelle? David Chavez. We don't have his client, right?
He was in the waiting room.
Beretta Romero was? I've been looking.
He was in the waiting room.
Mr. Chavez.
Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Client was present and has since dropped off. We don't know where they're at. Here's the thing, though. Your client is a Spanish speaker, correct? Does not speak English.
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. You did not submit a interpreter request form, an ISR form, and so we don't have an interpreter present for your client. And we need an interpreter at every setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass this hearing, count your client present, even though your client has dropped off. I expect you to file an ISR form for the next setting on 425.
ISR for 425. Got it, Your Honor. Understood.
All right, you're free to go.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Miss Bella was in the waiting room and was no.
Julie Bella?
Yeah, she was.
No.
I don't see her.
Well, let's go to Rodriguez. Antolin's here. Rodriguez is in the courtroom, correct? Mr. Rodriguez, you go into the room. Mr. Antolin, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How you doing?
Very good. We're on the record in 22 CCR 227797, State of Texas versus Ricardo Rodriguez. Mr. Antolin, if you give the court an update on the case.
We've got the state has made an offer on Mr. Rodriguez. The phone number for the contact information that I have for Mr. Rodriguez hasn't been good. Is this him here?
He's present, yes.
I need a good contact number here for you so that I can review this thing with you.
Okay.
And to see whether or not it would be acceptable, and we can continue the negotiations. The contact number that I have for you is
Mr. Rodriguez, give me your phone number.
Yes, sir. It is 936-661-6020.
936-661-6020.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you give him a call, Mr. Antolin? You can set up a meeting with him and y'all can go from there. Thank you for the update. You and your client are free to go.
That's good.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
I'm guessing Julia C is probably Julia Cook. Ma'am, are you Julia Cook? You'll need to unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we're on the record in 22 CCR 229516, State of Texas versus Julia Ann Cook Ivory. Miss Waddell, why don't you give me an update?
Yes, Your Honor. We have a plea. We just need a date for her to come in and do her plea so that she can start doing her 30 days.
How about next week, the 20th at 9 a.m.? Does that work for you?
It works for me. Does that work for you? Does that work for you, Miss
What?
Five?
Yes, I was trying to see what date is that? I need the calendar.
That's next Tuesday.
Okay. At 9 a.m. Okay. And coming up there?
Yes.
Yes, you would have to be in person.
Okay. Okay.
All right, I'll see y'all then.
All
Thank you.
right. Thank you, Your
Thanks.
Honor. Are we excused?
Yes, you are.
Have a great day.
You
Rest
do.
of your day.
Mr. Aragon,
Yes, sir.
your attorney was here for a brief second and then left. I did not get an opportunity to bring her in. We're going to pass your hearing for today. I suggest you
Okay.
give her a call.
Okay, yeah, because she told me she had to go to state prison or something like that.
I don't know. That's between, well, why don't you just give her a call? Okay.
So they're gonna change my date of court.
Your next setting is on April 25th.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're free to go.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Mr. Nguolo.
Hey, Judge, how are you?
I'm good. We called your case earlier. Well, you weren't there, and Mr. Tarver was not there. We conducted a bond forfeiture on the case. Mr. Tarver is still not here. I would withdraw it if he was present, but he is not here.
Okay, Judge, give me 5 minutes. Let me make a phone call.
I'll give you 3.
Okay, I'll take 3.
Miss Bella. You're muted.
I apologize. I was at a prison visit and I couldn't get out, and I'm sorry for being late.
I've released your client. I've passed the hearing. Give your client a call. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will. Thank
All
you.
right, you're free to go. Mr. Nguolo, any luck?
I called him and it's going straight to voicemail, Your Honor. So,
All right, I'm going to leave the bond forfeiture in place. If you figure out what's going on, you can always file a motion to reinstate. We can talk about it later.
okay.
All right,
Thank
you're free to go.
Okay.
Okay, that concludes docket. Thank y'all.
Bye, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.